but they only get one pick. And they're going to go for the Ziggs. So now, if DPLUS want to take the Azir, they can.
But they could also just go as hard into as many dive picks that they can possibly find. We saw Hummerlife Esports, that was how they dissected these Ziggs compositions. And I think the first thing that they need to address is the Kai'Sa. Get that for aiming. It's one of his best champions of all time. Maokai, another one that Lucid hasn't lost on. Certainly a team that can set up around the Maokai very, very effectively. And DPLUS going to take that one away. I'm just hoping we don't see like Corki here, because I think that there are some other things that can really... okay, this one's could also be an option, and that's going to be the Nasus locked in. Some Susan time here from Showmaker in the mid lane.
Yeah, we get Sejuani. It's probably just going to be Sejuani Azir in the situation for T1. We've seen Azir, you know, not have necessarily the best time. Maybe it could just be the Garen, you know, the counter pick.
Oh, do it!
Sejuani Garen as well. You actually have a melee champion in the mid jungle. No, it's going to be cool.
Okay. And then it'll be Vayne top. And then it'll be the saddest Sejuani ever.
Yeah, less interesting, usual. But a lot of poke, a lot of late game power. And this could be difficult for the Nasus in the late stage of the game. Trying to get on top of them. They're looking at the Seraphine.
Or the Xerath.
You know, we've seen a lot of Mage's bot being played. And the thing is, they could just flex this Nasus up to top lane. Looks like for now they will go for the... we'll see what they opt to go for. If they opt to go for top lane here and blind something for Kingin.
Or just blind some sort of hook champion. Instead, it's going to be the anchor to come in for Moham with the Nautilus lock-in.
For a second, it was looking like the Maokai Blitzcrank we've seen Gen G play.
Yeah.
But, you know, Moham has been fantastic on Rel. Lehens is that guy on Blitzcrank.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I'm not sure how convinced I would be by that. They end up going for the Nautilus. I think one of the problems with playing Nautilus in this situation is now T1 are going for Sejuani Alistar potentially. This is a very thick front line. It's going to be hard to hook onto the backline targets. And into Corki Ziggs, you just get mangled as a Nautilus. Like, the tankiness of the front line of the engages of DPLUS is so much less than the engages on T1. But they do have that Nasus to kind of bolster things. Now the T1 looking potentially for a top lane pick.
The blind Vayne would be an interesting one.
I'm not convinced. I actually like the Camille a lot.
Yeah, me too.
A big reason is, you know, talking about the Ezreal being a safe pick, hard to lock down to hit the Ziggs ult. There is a champion who can lock an Ezreal down no matter what and ensure that he eats the Ziggs ult, and that is Camille. So Aiming going to have potentially some issues to deal with that one. And now, considering picking up the Zeri in the situation, which I guess would mean moving the Nasus towards the top lane. No, they're going to keep the Nasus mid and go for GP into Camille. And Kingin has been pretty solid in the GP.
Yep.
But definitely not a pick that we see too often.
You can certainly, you know, mitigate the hookshot quite well by eating oranges, but you can't really get out of the Hextech ultimatum. You can't eat your way to freedom there.
Yeah.
So this could be a difficult time for the Gangplank. They do a lot of damage, though.
I'm not super convinced by DPLUS composition, and not just because T1 have Ziggs, but I feel like T1 have a lot of setup, have the Camille to help the dive, they have the follow-up from the Ziggs, Ziggs Corki, great damage threats, and they can also play for towers. On the side of DPLUS,
see what happens though as we jump to the Rift for game 2. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, on the Rift for the second game of the series. And it feels like whenever a team gets onto red side, they're like, let's just cook something up and see what happens. Yeah. That's what we're seeing here. Once again, we've got a lot of melee champions and an Ezreal on the side of DPLUS. This time around, I think it's not quite as crazy as what we saw on T1 side with their experience draft that they went for.
A bit more careful, can't really push up as much when the waves are close to the tower. So I think
Showmaker also just got Angry Desert, so he's feeling pretty good. Now has that added tool to give him the extra health. Yeah. That's what it's called, I'm pretty sure.
Something on that. Anyway. That has to be it.
Yeah.
It's the best name, so why wouldn't it be? It is going to be Hextech Trick first. The stats are pretty nice on a lot of the champions on T1, but It does mean you're worried about it being a bad soul, but then it's a Chemtech Dragon next, so you're like, oh, well, I guess it can't be the worst soul.
You know, hitting yourself with your upbeat feels fantastic.
And able to burn Moham's flash on that as well, so pretty big that Uma was able to safely disengage from that. And that's one thing with the Ziggs as well, same side lane.
Yeah, Cannon Barrage going to come down here from Kingen. There are a lot of minions, but I think he's still a lot of dead. As there's possibly dead. No, okay. Not enough damage on the trial by fire there. It was looking dicey for a moment, but they do manage to get it, the Sejuani and the Camille. So T1 still just trying to kill as many dragons as they possibly can. The two tech varieties now up and available on the Rift. 2.5 minutes until the second one's going to be there. As Showmaker possibly face checking here. Hextech Ultimatum comes down. Fury of the Sands going to be used here, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough to keep him alive, and Showmaker just kind of giving it up. That is going to be another kill going over to Zeus as well. And we mentioned if the Camille can get going, things are going to be rough, and the Camille is going.
Yeah, and honestly, you're just going to get blown up. If you're ahead, it's a completely different ball game. So specifically Zeus being ahead, it's going to make those team fights a lot easier if they get to that point. And now with the strength that Zeus has, they feel comfortable to set up for these grubs. And I think with Lucid just recalling that, they'll likely pick up 3. It's about 45 seconds on the Dragon, so DPLUS could move towards bot and set up for that. You can see Moham already establishing some really good vision control, but I think T1, they've already got Dragon 1. I think they're fine to sacrifice it if they need to.
I think so too. Especially if Gumayusi can stay alive, as Moham will be able to clear away some of the vision. No one else making their way down. Oh, I'm sort of trapped in the minefield right now.
Oh man, he's taking a lot of damage. And even with that, you know, reset time is coming from DPLUS. T1 get to the Dragon first, so DPLUS might be cut out from both objectives if they don't get here quick.
Yeah, Faker already over here. You can see Showmaker just dealing with the wave. He is going to be able to push that one in. Lucid in position. Glacial Prison just going to zone him away. Nature's Grasp does come down. The carrier, he can eat that CC. And it's an infernal soul this game. T1 already with 2 Drakes in pocket.
And look at the pressure Zeus has on King, and this is important because Zeus TP top.
As it were. Of course, some people think that the Ziggs test is a little bit more valuable than others. My favorite thing about Ziggs is that it means that LCS fans know a lot more than the rest of the world. True. Just because they have APA,
and he is certified.
He's been the Ziggs guy for forever.
He gets it. He gets it. You know, huge respect to him.
Yeah.
Big pioneer. But now TP coming in. Faker's not here yet.
Yep, Cannon Barrage is going to be used just to try and zone them away. That is a lot of damage onto Lucid into that backline. He tries to keep himself alive. Is now Carrier possibly in trouble. The Ziggs is already dead, but it's a smorgasbord for Faker if he gets over here. Still, they've taken down the Camille, and T1 are on the run. So a 2-for-1 in favor of DPLUS actually in the end.
The Camille shutdown coming through, and the setup was just really rough for T1. It's like they're posturing for a fight, but they weren't ready, and DPLUS it looks like the decision's coming out here from T1. They're moving Ona to the top side and saying, look, we're going to take this top tower. Kingen has a fantastic read. You can see Lucid senses there's no opposition, goes for the Dragon, and in return, Kingen also backs off. So yes, the T1 will get a tower here, but
DPLUS might be able to get more. The teleport is coming in as Depth Charge comes out. That's a good flash from Faker to avoid the hook. Showmaker taking a lot of damage though as Zeus looking to get in here. It's looking better for T1 than maybe we were expecting. And Mega Inferno Bomb confirms it. Moham now in trouble as well. He's going to go down. Gumayusi gets shot by the pistol. And Lucid, oh, that Bramble Smash was gorgeous. But Carrier still in an awkward position. Leandri's going to be able to finish him off. And now Faker possibly caught out as well. This tree is real dangerous, and it was looking so dicey. Oh, the barrel, not quite enough there from Kingen, just mistimed it. As now Faker gonna get punched back. Lucid, possibly in trouble. Another parlay will need to be there, and there it is. The double kill for the Gangplank.
Kingen, an absolute monster in these fights. Second fight in a row, he has found Guma and just taken him down. Aiming's going to get the mid tower on his own. A huge win for DPLUS in this situation. You know, T1 thought they'd found the wanting. So elevated already. As you said, 5 trifles in this game. A lot of spikes coming through, and DPLUS really leaning on those in this mid game.
Yep, Showmaker
if a melee champion without a dash is getting on top of you, you're making a mistake. Lucid also flawless with that Bramble Slash. They are not looking for him.
Yeah, Lucid now in trouble, down to about 50% here as Hextech Ultimatum does come in. Mega Inferno Bomb now that he's held in position, and they're able to take down the tree. Showmaker getting here, but a little bit too late, as him and Aiming are going to be able to get rid of Shelly. And Lucid, he's going to arrive, and there's a Twisted Advance to start this one up.
You know, if Leandri's Maokai. I'm not sure you can get the solo kill, but he does actually a lot more damage than you think, but maybe not that much.
Faker does a lot of damage as well because he has no defensive stats whatsoever, as Lucid is now going to try and turn it as best he can. Oh! It is going to be the kill going over to Faker, but they trade it back with aiming, collecting one as well. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Susan not having a great time. As we can see, T1 able to trade up.
Some strange passage of plays there, back and forth.
Ooh,
and
flash.
again, Guma satcheling the tower, doesn't have it to disengage, does get the tower, but has to burn that summoner spell. It's a minute 10 on Dragon. We've seen just rapid back and forth, you know. We've seen some slower series in playoffs, slower games. Oh no, we're not safe.
No, he's on a ward. Zay's going to turn up there as well, and the rest of the team are here to back him up. Maybe it was just a bait the whole time, but a cannon barrage comes in. True shot barrage down as well. And it is still the Camille grabbing the kill, aiming in trouble. Permafrost is down, and there's a double for the top laner of T1. 8 and 2 now for Zeus on this Camille. That might be a dangerous maneuver, as they are on vision right now.
I think aiming has no TP, King and does, but there's no cannon barrage. They might just turn for kills. Zeus has flash and might find something. We'll have to see what they do.
Yep, Moam at 50% health right now. Not taking very much damage though. That is going to be the Nature's Grasp coming out. Oh, Lucid sidesteps the ulti, wants to try and get in there. Twisted advance, does get him through. It's going to be a 50-50 stolen by Lucid. Zeus could be in trouble as well, as Moham's getting back in there. Flashes out of the way of the Mega Inferno Bomb. And the turn from Showmaker not quite enough here as Ona down so low. Trial by fire wasn't quite in there, but there's the parlay to lock it down. Another hook. Moham, the god, is able to take down Zeus before he can kill the pirate. And aiming finally teleports in, but it's all over, dude.
T1 Barons, they live and die by them. They get overzealous and Lucid. He has been so clutch on smites this entire season. It's not a 50-50 when he's about, and he's ready to fight. And the damage he does here, combined with Moham's clutch hugs, is just massive.
Yeah, and we saw actually in DK's previous series, there were some Gangplank bans coming through. I think we're starting to see why. The barrel chains are just connecting for Kingin. Making things happen again. Yeah, going to face check. Some more barrels do go down as the Nature's Grasp coming out. See whether Zeus can outrange it, and the answer is no, but it doesn't really matter. Still able to create enough distance.
The Maokai being down is pretty big, actually, and it's given space for T1 to move in, contest vision around this Banana Barrage. So now DPLUS will TP in the Nasus, who's fully healed.
Cannon Barrage still up, and oh man, they are not wanting to try and fight this one. Eating a lot of time on this Baron though, as we can see. And a bit of a wraparound now coming through. True Shot Barrage just get Banana Vision as now Zeus on that blast cone looking for the angle. King the Pulverize onto 4! And T1 are looking to eviscerate them. Carrier trying to make his way out. He is so incredibly low. The Dragon going to be secured here by Faker. Zeus just looking to try and escape. The health bars getting lower and lower as Lucid will be able to get out of there. Somehow it is only 1 kill onto Moham, but T1 do secure Soul Point.
Very low. Get chunked, but it's going to be like an auto from Faker and Satchel. It's gone.
Oh, there is a hook, and there is the turret going down. Mega Inferno Bomb comes in. Faker in trouble, though, and that is somehow aiming, getting that kill. Throws out a carefree Mystic Shot. Now they're looking for even more. Lucid moving in. The Satchel does come out. The flash is enough to outrange it as the Permafrost comes on through, but Lucid's just happy to eat the CC. And aiming, still hunting, still looking for them. Another Satchel, but there's the flash twisted advance. And Gumayushi going to get eaten by the Ezreal. He's able to chase them all down as well. The minion wave getting in the way, but it's the hook from Moham. It comes in, and they're going to take an inner turret of their own after wiping out 3.
They have so much damage, they might actually push for an end here. Zeus might need to come back. Faker's up in 10 seconds, sure, but there is a lot of tower damage available, and DPLUS are healthy. Yep,
the inhibitor is going to go down. Teleport to come in from Zeus, like you were talking about. He was able to at least get the inner, as that hook is going to miss this time. Not quite enough members for Zeus to really commit onto 5. So he is just going to move up the mid lane after they deal with the minion wave. But T1 losing that top inhibitor could be really rough in this fight for Dragon in 2 minutes. Next fight, though, going to be in 45 seconds. Yeah, exactly. Teleport. Big flank there.
Oh, no.
As Ona possibly out of position here. The hook is going to draw him back. Mega Inferno Bomb lands onto 4, which is gigantic damage. And the flanking Ziggs. The flanking Ziggs. Okay, he's throwing down minefields, bouncing bombs, things like that. He's trying to keep them in position as Lucid He's the one kind of happy to tank, I guess. And now the barrel chain not quite going to work out. Double pulverize to come through from Carrier as Showmaker presses the Fury, the Sands button, and now the Nature's Grasp does come out. Carrier still trying to tank this one up though, and we've got lots of trades of ultimates all over the place, and the barrels are really starting to hurt. In goes Zeus though, he finds King, and the Pirate is going to fall down, and now Faker with another very aggressive Valkyrie. He's going to help lock down Moham. It's a triple kill now. Make it a quadra as Aiming can't do anything. And Zeus says, not on my watch, DPLUS. Lucid might just be a pentakill waiting underneath the turret. We'll see whether Lucid's going to actually fall down or not as he pushes Zeus back and says, no penta. Not that far, okay, sir.
Yeah, tries to find it but won't with his Ziggs here. They take the towers so fast. Only Lucid up. Moham at 10. The waves coming in. I think this is game for T1. They managed to punish DPLUS.
Yep, we saw it for DPLUS just a few seconds ago. And now T1 say, oh, this is how you win the game. You just push through the base and take down an Nexus. Well, that's precisely what they're going to do. Moham, he's going to be golden in the end, but he will be also taken down. The Pirate gets in the picture, but that is not going to be enough to win them the game. A 1-1.